queue using an array, and we have discussed circular queue. Now in this class, we'll discuss how to represent a queue using linked list. So queue can be represented using linked list. So we need two pointers here. So one is front and a back to keep track of two ends of the queue. There are two possibilities for binding these two pointers in a chain. So as you know that what is a chain? You know that what is a chain? It's a collection of nodes. So how to okay wait which side I should have a front, which side I should have a back. It's left to you. There are two ways I can represent. First node of the chain is front and last node is back. This is the one way I can do. It means that what I can insert a element at the end of a chain. I can delete a node from the front end of a chain. So other way is what I can keep the first node at the back and the last node as the front. So I can delete the node at the beginning of the chain. Then I can insert a node at the end of a chain. So there are two possibilities. I go with the first one. So let us take the example. So I have taken a queue A, B, C, D. So where is my front at index A? Where is my back at index D? I taken a first case. I taken a front is at index. Front is at the first node of the chain, and back is at the last node of the chain. One thing you have to remember here. So I use front and back same variable names in the array representation. In the array representation, front and back was the index. Here the front and back is a pointer to a node. Pointer to a node. So let us take this example ABCD. I have represented this ABCD using linked list. So using single linked list. So I taken a one node I taken. So each and every element I required one node. So first element is A. I taken node A. So in address field is what 222. That's the address of the next node, that is B node. The data field I put the B, and link field is again is what 333 is address of the C node. Again C is placed in data field of the third node. The address field is what? It is address of the next node, that is D node. Okay, in this again the D element is placed in the data field of the last node, and the address field is what? Null, because it is the last node in the chain. So I have taken a front pointer. So front pointer to a node, it holds the address of what? It is holding the address of what? First node. And I have a back pointer. The address is what? 444. I can what? It holds the address of the last node. This is how we can represent queue using linked list. So how to perform push operation? I want to perform push E. So how to perform push operation for this queue using linked list? So suppose before doing a push operation, first I'll check the queue is empty. If queue is empty, when you can say queue is empty? So when front and back equals to null, it means that what? So it is not pointing anyway. So front and back pointer is what? Null. It means that no change. The queue is empty. Then queue size is what? 0. So for that, what we do? Okay, what we do? So I do create a node, new node, copy the data into the data field. What is the data? That is E into the data field. Next, new node. Okay, copy the data into the data field of the new node, and address field is what? Null, because it was empty. Whatever the node you inserted, that will be your first and last node. Like that's what we. When it is null, when both the pointers are pointing to null, that says it is empty. Q says it is 0. What we do? We create a new node and copy the data into the data field of the new node, and address field is what? Null. Right? Then assign front and back to the new node. So front and back to the new node. Increment Q size becomes 1. Now it is not empty. When it is not empty, so we can insert. Where you can insert? We always insert at the end of a chain. You can insert at the end of a chain. So if it is not empty, I take a so normal way what we do. I have A B C D. So I increment the back. I insert E. This is how normal we do. So how to perform this using linked list? So this is my actual chain. The front is at index node A and back is at node B. I want to insert node E. I want to insert element E into the queue. It means that what? I have to create a node first. First create a new node. So I have created new node. New node is address is what? Say for example 555. Address is what? 555. Then copy the data into the data field of the new node. Copy the data. What is the data? That is E. E is copied into data field. And address field is what? Null. Address field is what? Null. So that is what? New node of element. New node of element is what? E. I take this data field as what? Element field. I take this address field as what? Next field. Right? So once we allocate a memory for newer node, what we do? I have to establish connection between D node and E node, right? D node and E node. How to establish a connection? Copy the address of the new node into the address field of the last node. Okay, copy the address of the new node. Address of the new node is what? 555 into the address field of the what? Last node of the chain. What is the last node of the chain? That is a D node. That is 555. Now instead of null, it becomes 555. Now connection is established. Once the linking is done, now what is the queue size? Queue size becomes 5. You have to increment the queue size. Queue size becomes 5. So which is my back? Last node, new node will be your back node, which is called EB. Now, new node will be your back node, back equals to new node. Now, increment the queue size becomes what? 5. This is how we can perform push operation. Next, how to perform pop operation. So, before doing a pop operation, I need to check when it is empty, I cannot do any pop operation. So, if front and back is not pointing to any way, it means that it is showing null. In that case, we say the queue is empty. The queue size is 0. No pop operation. If it is not empty, what we do? So I take this example, ABCD. I have taken a chain with the 4 nodes. First node is A, B, second node is B, third is C, and last is D. So what we do? I want to delete. So if you want to pop means what? Delete a node. Okay. The meaning of pop operation is what? Delete a node from the front end of a queue. So how to delete a node from the front end of a queue? So I want to delete the first node in the chain. So how to delete the first node in the chain? I take one separate pointer. That is what? Delete node. So if I delete the first node, which is my first node? Which is my front node? This B will be a front node. Once I delete the front node, that is A node, which is my friend, B is my friend, right? So what we do? I take this friend to the next node. Friend equals to friend of next. Take the friend to the second node. Because once I delete the first node, I lose a friend pointer, right? So once I delete the first node, your second node will be a friend, right? That's what. Take a friend node to the second node, that is friend equals to friend of next. Now I can delete easily the first node. How to delete? Use the delete operator. Delete node. Now decrement the queue size by 1. This is how we can do pop operation. Let us see the code. So I taken one concrete class called as linked queue. So linked queue. I'm implementing the abstract class, that is queue, using linked relation. So I take these private members. As one is friend pointer. I taken as friend pointer. I told the address of what? First node is of type chain node. Again, I take one back pointer. It holds the address of what? Last node is of type again chain node. And queue size I taken is of type integer. So I have taken a constructor and destructor, empty, size, friend, rail, pop, push operations. So I focus main thing on the push and pop operation. Push operation. So I'm defining this outside the class. So the push belongs to which class? Class linked queue is of type T, followed with scope resolution operator, and it has no return type as void. And you are pushing element. Which element you are pushing? That is the element. Okay, right? So what we do? First we allocate a node. So that's what we discussed in the push operation. What is the push operation we are done? So first we allocate a node. Then if check whether it is empty. If it is empty, that will be a first node and last node. If it is not empty, we are inserting at the end of the chain. So we allocate a memory for new node. Then we link the last node with the new node. Then we increment the queue size. That's what you have to do. So first we allocate a node. So is of type new node. New node is a pointer. Is of type chain node. Then we use a new operator to allocate. So once we allocate a memory, so next field is what? Null, because it will be a last node. We are allocating we are inserting a node at the end of a chain. So end of a chain means what? That will be your last node. What is the address of the last node? It is, last node. It is not pointing to any of the next node, so it should be, address field should be null. Then what is a new node data field? That is new node of element is what? The element. We are placing the data into the data field. Okay, in the previous case we discussed. Yes, we have allocated a new node. Next, what we do? We check. Still we didn't insert it. Just we allocated a new node. So we put the data into the data field and address field is what? Null. So next what we do? We check the condition. If the queue is empty, when the queue is empty, I can say friend equals to rare equals to null. Otherwise, what? Queue size equals to 0. I can represent in two ways. So when it is null, when it is empty, the front and back equals to new node. Now front and back is holding the address of what? New node. That is what we discussed in the first case. We discussed in the first case. So this is the first case we have discussed. So front and back will hold the address of what? New node. Now this will be the new node. Now what is the second case? Second case, if it is not empty, what we do? If it is not empty, what we do? Back. Okay, back is what? The chain. Okay, in the chain we have a last node as what? Pointer as back. Back of next node is what? New node. Back of next node is what? New node. I think what? We are linking the last node to the new node. So once we link your back, okay, last node will be your back. Now back equals a new node. Then we increment the queue size. That's what we have explained in this case. So we have taken this at the back. That's what we discussed. Back of next field is equals to new node. Back of next field is equal to new node, but it is linked. Now, which is my last node? Your new node will be a last. New node will be a back node. So that is what back equals to new node, right? This is how we perform. Next, so we're done with the push operation. Next, how to perform pop operation. Pop operation. So what we do pop operation? So we take one example. Okay, one chain. So when you perform, how do you perform pop? We always delete the node at the front end of the queue. So how to delete the node from the front end of the queue? So first, so we are defining this outside the class. The pop operation, pop function, it won't take any arguments. We are defining outside the class. That's what we have mentioned, the scope resolution operator. And before that, we have mentioned the class name and it has no return type. So delete the front node. So I will delete the front node. Nothing but a pop operation. First we check whether it is empty or not, whether the queue is empty or not, or whether the chain is empty or not. Front equals to null. It says that your queue is empty. So if the queue is empty, I cannot do pop operation. Right? I cannot do pop operation. That's what CO queue is empty. So what we do, I take one separate pointer called as delete node. Right? Delete node equals to front node. It holds the address of what? Front node. So delete node, it holds the address of front node. Look at this. So I want to perform pop operation for this. Pop operation for this. What we do, I take one separate node called as separate pointer called as. I take one separate pointer called as delete node. It holds the address of what? First node. Where the first node address is sitting in the front node. That's what we mentioned. Delete node equals to front node. Delete node equals to front node. That is star delete node equals to front node. It holds the address. Now, once if you want to delete the first node, which is my second, next front pointer, the second node will be a front. That's what front equals to front of next. So front equals to front of next. Front was here. Front of next is what? 222. Now it is front is modified to what? 222. Now front is pointing to what? Second node. Front is pointing to what? Second node. So that is front is pointing to what? Second node. That is what front equals to front of next. Now I can delete the first node. That is using delete operator. After deleting, the queue size will be decremented. This is how we can perform pop operation. So in the queue using linked list. I hope you understood how to represent linked queue using linked list. Thanks for watching.